Welcome back to In Case You Missed It. This is Jose Patiño, the Vice President of Education and Student Affairs at Aliento. Today we're going to be talking about ICE on U.S. airports, DACA recipients being deported, the state legislature, and a heartwarming story about a superintendent who went above and beyond for one of his deported students. So let's get started. Sunday evening, I saw on the news that President Trump had ordered ICE agents to go to the airports to assist TSA, supporting the long lines and the cancellation of flights. I was concerned. I'm still concerned, worried. We saw on Monday that about in 13 airports, including here in Phoenix Sky Harbor, we have ICE agents who are armed, patrolling. We have seen now in the last couple of days where ICE agents begin checking the IDs and supervision with TSA. At least some of the reports that we're hearing is that as time progresses, ICE agents are going to start doing some of the duties that TSA agents do. It is concerning because there are many reports have been said that in order to be a full TSA employee, you need to go to 4 to 6 months of training. And we all have worked at different jobs. You cannot just get somebody and then put them day one where they don't have experience and expect them to do the job without something going horribly wrong. So we're concerned. In order for you to prepare yourself, make sure that you know your rights. Make sure that you follow digital security protocols. Turn off your fingerprint or face ID in your cell phone. We just don't know what could potentially be happening. Make sure to collect your boarding pass. Traditionally, I typically carry on my phone, but now we're recommending for you to have the physical one, just in case. Again, we talked about digital security. And make sure you have an emergency plan in case you get detained. We have seen many individuals being detained who are U.S. citizens, but ICE perceives them not to be in the country legally. We have also seen individuals who have some sort of status that is not as clear as U.S. citizen or legal permanent resident who have been in prolonged detention. I hope that none of that happens. I hope that everything goes okay. But just in the worst case, you want to make sure that you're prepared. Our second segment, this is regarding DACA recipients. We mentioned in the past that DHS is currently actively arresting, detaining, and deporting DACA recipients. There was a report about 2 weeks ago that about 174 DACA recipients have been deported. We don't know all of the individual cases. We know of a few of them. Some of them, individuals who had been denied asylum before they applied to DACA status, and that was one of the reasons they got deported. Another person is somebody who entered the country unlawfully. Her name is Maria Juarez. Before the age of 15, later applied for DACA, then applied for green card status to petition through one of her daughters. And right now, the judge recently ordered for her to come back. As a DACA recipient myself, I have procrastinated in the past to apply for DACA status because you get upset. You're like, so your subscription, and like, my God, it's like $500, $600, and like, why all this stuff? Don't do it now. This is a different time. In the past, I know I've gotten my DACA applied within a month, matter of weeks. Right now, they're very clear on the requirements that in order for them to expedite or consider even to expedite a DACA application, it has to be made within 120 days, 150 days waiting period. We know that they're having issues with staffing because they laid off a lot of individuals, and the folks who they have brought on, it takes a while to train to get them up to speed. Similar with what we talked about the previous story around TSA and ICE agents. This is part of the Trump administration. We saw that also with the Biden administration the first couple of years. Again, now they're asking for biometrics appointments, so that's going to take even longer for them to process your application. Please don't procrastinate. Right now, it's not more than ever. If your DACA expires within 150 days, that's 5 months, make sure to send it. Make sure to include the correct amount. Make sure that it's for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And one of the things that, at least what USCIS has told us, is that an individual losing their work permit or losing their ability to earn a job or your job is not an emergency and it's not merit expedited process. So what we may think is a mega emergency for us, it might not be for them. So we need to adapt to the new regulations, the new policies that are in place. If you have any questions, you can always go to Aliento's alientoac.org/resources. There's on the legislature. Again, we talked about this. We have a record number of bills we introduced this session. The deadlines are coming up. The 100-day deadline to pass a budget is coming up. Most likely, the lawmakers are not going to be able to pass the budget before that deadline. But there's a few bills that here that we're interested Aliento wanted to talk to you a little bit more about. The first one is SB 1798, sponsored by Senator Kiana Sears from District 9 in Mesa. This bill, in short, would designate an individual staff, an employee at schools, high schools, who would be the main contact for the FAFSA. Again, FAFSA is the federal program that allows individuals to be able to apply for federal financial aid, Pell Grants, student loans. It's one of the programs that has helped a lot of first-generation students be able to go to college. One of the things that highlights this Tuesday was a hearing. One of our Adelante scholars, Luis Duque, went and testified in support. And it was beautiful to see because he's like, I'm here representing myself. This is the work that I do. This is how I want to impact my community. And he was there to advocate for himself. So we encourage everybody who watches this video or you don't watch it, go to the Capitol, be part of the process, have your voice heard. Even if you don't agree with us, it's okay. But it's important for us to have conversations with people to uplift their viewpoints. A couple other bills that we're following. One of them is we call SB 1055, or we call it the Polimigra, because it would encourage collaboration between ICE and police. We have seen it here in Maricopa County in Arizona, the dangers of having police officers or local sheriffs collaborating with ICE, the racial profiling that exists, that distrust in the community. We're against that bill. The other one is SB 1156. That one would allocate $20 million from the state general fund to be reimbursed for local police departments or sheriffs or law enforcement agencies that partner with ICE. We're against that. We want that money to be used for our education, for our students, for our patients. We have a lot of needs. We don't need more money to go to ICE. They have enough money already. The federal government allocated billions, hundreds of billions of dollars for them to do the work that they're doing. We're advocating for the Arizona Promise Program. This program would allow students who come from low income, who are Pell Grant eligible, meaning you don't have a lot of money, most of the time it's first generation students, to be able to go to Arizona college or university tuition free. Many of our students have gone through the program. They talk wonders about it. So if you know a lawmaker or you're a lawmaker, please support as much allocation as possible because we want to make sure the students have opportunities. We want to make sure that they're not limited by their possibilities or their financial wealth. They're limited by their ability or willingness to work hard. Because it's been a heavy video of I would consider difficult news. We wanted to end with some positive news. Sadly, one of our students in New York was deported just before he graduated, Alvaro Velasquez. And his superintendent was so appalled that he traveled to Guatemala to deliver the diploma. And just the smile that Alvaro had, that Dr. Sean had, that's why educators do this work. And it's an example of all of us that may not be able to stop the detention, arrest, or deportation of our students that we work with. We may not be able to stop the pain that they're feeling, but what are the things that we can do? And Dr. Sean from New York was like, I can go and deliver, make sure that he gets his diploma that he worked so hard for. And I'm sure that that meant the world for Alvaro because probably he's the first family who finished high school. I remember how much it meant when we saw my older sister getting that diploma and being the first one in our family to finish. And it's a reminder to keep the hope. It's a reminder for us not to give up in the midst of all this chaos. And for us to start feeling apathy that nothing matters, because it does matter. And lastly, again, you have any question around DACA, make sure to go alientoac.org/DACA. If you have any question on resources, immigration attorneys, deportation plans, you just need help, and go to alientoac.org/resources. And then if you have any questions, please send a message here, DM us. We're here to help. Thank you.